Today's episode is titled Greta Gerwig, a creative force of nature, paving a path for women in cinema. This article is written by Melissa McGrath.
No kiss! That's great. Now, Saoirse, go jump up and go run! Yes!
Imbued with eccentricity and quirkiness, Greta Gerwig is changing the course of cinematic history as we know it. Through a dexterous career of natural, nuanced acting and a blazing intellectual eloquence in her writing and directing, she is without doubt revolutionizing the female archetype in film. While she might be best known for her debut as a writer and director of Lady Bird, she has demonstrated remarkable versatility as an artist, successfully establishing herself as an actress, writer, director, and producer.
I realized pretty young that being quite ambitious was considered unattractive in a girl.
With her determination and earnest devotion to the craft, she is leading the way for other women who possess their own unique visions and stories to tell. Her captivating style and ambition is an inspiration to aspiring female filmmakers everywhere.
Greta is so emotionally intelligent, which is key for something like this.
In her rendition of the 19th century story Little Woman, Gerwig highlights the importance of self-actualization and the multitude of ways one can achieve it.
The heart of it was about what it means to have authorship and ownership. And I wanted to have that emotional impact come around Jo and her book.
Her update of the Louisa May Alcott novel seems absolutely determined to empower and motivate women to pursue their highest selves, whether it be through art, developing strong familial relationships, or romance. Her tendency to comment on and rebel against traditional gender roles while also validating the desire to love and be loved is a notable theme in many of her projects.
It's important because it holds what it was to be a woman back then.
Young women taking on life, it couldn't be more timely.
This is a very important piece of writing.
It's a common feminist trope to reject historical stereotypes, but Greta has delicately reconceptualized a common ground that allows women to simply be human.
I'm very moved by how good all of the characters are. Not perfect, they're kind. It's not chic.
The value of a woman is determined neither by her role as a lover nor by her scholarly success, but rather by the vitality of her spirit.
We love Jo March because she wanted to be bigger than the world would allow her to be.
The feminine identity becomes a beautiful crossover of powerful intellect and graceful fragility, empowering us to feel both vulnerable and strong.
I saw your Thanksgiving show. My name's Lady Bird.
It's weird you shake hands.
Yeah.
In Lady Bird, which stars the incredible Saoirse Ronan in a genuinely pure performance, we are engulfed in a world of honest relationships and self-discovery.
Hey, Mom. Did you feel emotional the first time that you drove in Sacramento?
Impressively sincere in her portrayal of the simple yet complex dimensions of human emotion, Greta paints a portrait of adolescence that is truly resonant and heartwarming.
Why didn't you just say pick up your feet?
I didn't know if you were tired.
You were being passive aggressive.
No, I wasn't.
You are so infuriating.
Please stop yelling.
I'm not yelling.
The family dynamics were uniquely intriguing and bold, something relatively unexplored in other films.
I want to go where culture is, like
How
New
in the
York,
world did I raise such a
or at least
snob?
Connecticut or New Hampshire,
Well,
where
you
writers
couldn't
live in the
get
woods.
into those schools anyway.
Mom!
I especially appreciated her lack of regard for Hollywood glamour. She disbands the popular portrayal of the flawless leading lady and frequently has Saoirse appear on screen with greasy hair, rocking some pimples, and in a cast. She has an elegant way of emphasizing the beauty beyond convention, preferring to idolize women for their complex courage in overcoming internal conflict over their adherence to Hollywood beauty standards.
Done.
And you don't need to decide about the copyright right now.
No, I've decided. I want to own my own book.
The mother of mumblecore and authentic artistry.
What was wonderful about it was it allowed me to understand how films are built.
Appearing in many naturalistic independent films termed mumblecore for their primarily conversation-driven scenes and low-budget production style, Greta's unparalleled authenticity captures the hearts of viewers in its most raw, unfiltered form. This genre itself has its own incomparable charm about it, but Greta is undeniably organic and lovely to watch. Although many of her roles in these films are narrative-driven, her ability to draw from her own life makes her characters similarly awkward and cerebral.
I'm wearing kind of an ugly bra.
It's like an ace bandage.
There's no clasp.
Her performance in Greenberg, which co-stars Ben Stiller as a washed-up musician trying to reinvent his sense of purpose, is a stellar example of this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I could do nothing and be that cool with everything.
Likewise, in Maggie's Plan, she touches viewers' hearts as she struggles to integrate her career, her desire for single motherhood, and her love life with a ficto-critical anthropologist/aspiring author played by Ethan Hawke.
I overheard your conversation about how like is a language prophylactic. What is fictocritical anthropology anyway?
It's a reminder that big explosions and high-quality production aren't always necessary to tell an incredible story.
I've never been so humiliated in my life. I'm in such deep oatmeal. What was I thinking?
Maybe you're having a psychotic episode.
But it was such a good idea.
Her provocations in these films are so realistic that they leave female viewers in their 20s and 30s reeling with a certain hopefulness. They give you permission to feel lost and confused, while illuminating the common struggle to create a fulfilling life and to feel at peace with who you are. Ultimately, Gerwig grants those who feel afraid a chance to relish in the dance of uncertainty, because life has its own way of working out that is beautiful anyways.
Sometimes it's good to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it.
In the must-see Frances Ha, which Gerwig starred in and co-wrote with her now husband, Noah Baumbach, Frances, Gerwig, is deemed undateable. The chaos of her romantic life mirrors the incongruous method she employs in an attempt to balance the pragmatism of adulthood with the satiation of her artistic spirit. There is something unmistakably endearing about her clumsy cadence and aptitude for autonomy. She has a deep recognition of what she desires and that which she is passionate about, in this case, dancing. But we empathize with her struggle to sew the seams of her dreams.
What do you do?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Because what you do is complicated?
Because I don't really do it.
We are enamored by her doe-eyed sensitivity as she fumbles to feel secure artistically, financially, and romantically.
Oh, I got it.
Thanks for paying. It's very sweet. You're a lady.
I'm sorry, but the card didn't go through. Do you have another card?
It's easy to see why Noah and Greta intersect creatively, both fancying art that illuminates the intricate complexities of relationships between people in pursuit of creative self-fulfillment.
Patch is the kind of guy who buys a black leather couch and is like, I love it. What are we doing with our day?
How bold female perspectives are necessary in Hollywood and society. Genuine self-expression is perhaps our most valuable instrument in life, the type of subjective clairvoyance that results from a deep inner recognition of your flaws and desires are reflections of the objective human experience.
I think that sort of process of convincing people that, financing movies about women is not a bad investment, it's a really good investment.
Through the roles and eyes of Greta Gerwig, sophisticated spheres of authentic reflection inundate us to a realm of possibility and purpose. In order for female voices to be authentically expressed, we have to have brave and honest female perspectives.
The stories I want to tell and how I want to tell them, women's stories are commercial, and that they are not niche. They can reach a large audience.
Female audiences need truthful characters and stories to hold in high regard. Female superheroes, such as Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, are on the rise, but it is equally important to represent women of all facets of life.
And I think actually it's getting much easier with the success of movies like Wonder Woman, or the success of movies like, honestly, my movie, Lady Bird.
It's the film for our time.
It is time for this generation to have something that will really connect with them.
We need to see lost women, women struggling to define themselves, and women who strive to build a life through their art or educational pursuits. It's important to emphasize the courage it takes to pursue your dreams and the sacrifices one makes in order to achieve them.
I wanted to tell you, but we weren't really talking when it happened. All those Bens I've known my whole life, and stores, and
Grappling with your purpose and place in life can be unsettling, and it's refreshing to see the perseverance and solitude pay off. Women need to know it's okay to be lost, it's okay to feel like the underdog, it's okay to fumble unsuccessfully with love, and it's okay to carve your own path. The deeper and more truthfully one risks engagement with the self, communicating and exploring their richest passions and shortcomings, the deeper they cut into the nature of all beings. With her strong-willed characters, Greta Gerwig inspires women to follow their intuition, leading by example in her unapologetic determination by gracing cinema with a niche style of storytelling that proudly speaks to the heart of humanity.
And cut.